Hello everyone, a very warm welcome from Puberga Krida Shikha Pratishthan Ground 1. You are watching Boshundhara Sports City Last Man Stands Dhaka League. This is the first game of the day between Rainbow CC and Electrifying Bluez. Faisal Rahman and Jubaid Mahmood are the opening batters for Rainbow. And it's Hasib with the second over in hand. Hint of turn. Faisal just tucks it away and takes a couple. It's a chilly morning here at Puberga. It's foggy. It's really cold and difficult for the fielders to be prompt and agile. Wrong line once again, and that's the second bite of this over from Hasib. And according to the rule of last man stands, it's punishable. 3 runs will be added to the cards, although the ball will be counted as a legal one. Was looking for a deft touch, found no bat behind the ball. Already 8 runs from this Hasib over. A tad expensive. So after 2, it's 18 for none. It's Imran Lemon. Bowls it stump to stump. And a gentle push from Faisal Rahman to cross over for a single. It's really difficult for the fielders as last man stands is an 8-a-side form of cricket. So only 6 fielders are stationed at the boundary edge, and under these bone-chilling conditions, a lot of catches got dropped the last day. The fielders have to be prompt. It's a good shot. Good presence of mind. Just dabbed it. And the fielder at deep third was in a squarish position, so there was no possibilities for him to cover that much of ground and cut the ball off. Zubaid Mahmood gets his first boundary. Bit of room offered from Lemon. It wasn't that short, but Zubaid got that room to play that deft touch. He comes down the pitch. Misses the line, but that was the first aggressive approach from a Rainbow batter in this game. Zubaid Mahmood was eyeing to be once again. He does play the same shot, and good work as well from the fielder in the deep. Due to that last boundary, the fielder has been stationed finer for stopping those dabs from Zubaid Rahman, and the fielder comes in operation. Change of fields once again. The third man was in a squarish position. Now he's also brought in the finer. That's in the gap, but won't run away for a boundary. Instead, a couple of runs, and the batters are home safely. 8 runs from this Lemon over. After 3, it's 26 for none, Rainbow CC. Asif, Hasib in fact, throws it wide. Mahmood was looking to go for a big shot, but the ball wasn't near the bat. In the air, shouts of catch it, fielder underneath, and he drops it. It was a sitter, but the fielder drops it. Perhaps that humid nature of the weather and this cold weather had an influence. You dived in front, then again, couldn't really latch on. Down the leg, and this has been a problem for Hasib. This is the third time he's bowled a wide down the leg side, bowled a couple of wides in his first over as well, so he needs to work on this matter. That's wide number 2, and 3 runs will be added to the cards as per the rule of last man stands. He needs to be careful about these deliveries. He has to bowl stump to stump when his deliveries are sliding down the leg. Better on the channel. Faisal just tucks it away and picks up a single. Last Man Stands, it's the biggest platform for the amateur cricketers throughout the globe. It began back in 2005 in England. We'll come back to that discussion as the 4th over gets done. After 4, it's 30 for none, 38 for none. As the 4th over is done, there will be a change of bowling. It's going to be Mohammad Kamrul Islam Saad. Starts off with a slower delivery, a knuckleball kind of delivery. It's difficult for the commentators to pick, but Faisal gets a single. Has scored most of the runs in this innings for Rainbow CC. Has Faisal, but Zubaid Mahmood is the one who is eyeing to be aggressive. He's going down the ground and trying to take on the bowlers. Once again, he throws his bat at the wide delivery, and no white called. It was within the line, says the umpire, Mujahid Hussain Naim. 2 officials for this game are Mujahid Hussain Naim and Omar Farooq Russell. He does come down the pitch and gets bowled. The first blood drawn by Kamrul Islam Saad, and he deceives Zubaid Mahmood. This approach was very much persistent from Zubaid. He was coming down the pitch very much often, and once again he missed the line, and Saad hits the timber. The first wicket falls down for Rainbow CC. It's 39 for 1. The fall of the first wicket brings Maruf Al Mamoon at number 3. Rainbow CC will be under some pump after losing the first one. It's a good shot from Rufal Mamoon, and he gets a 4 to get off the mark. It was on the shorter side from Kamrul Islam Saad, and a wrist of steel from Mamoon to get himself 4 runs. He's really a good player in terms of wrist work. He plays those flicks and glances really nicely. And once again, we got to see a glimpse of his wrist work. Wrapped on the pads. They will pick up a single. A 6-run over from Saad. Nonetheless, it's a productive one for the Blues, as the first wicket came off it. After 5, it's 44 for 1, and for the first time in this match, there will be a change of voice. You will be hearing the voice of Shajat Udash for the next 5.
Thank you so much, Alif. A very good morning to everyone, whoever is watching. Chilly morning. Please pardon me if you feel the shivering of me in my voice due to this weather currently at Pubergao. Slow delivery. The batter tried to produce some pace behind it, but it was so slow. Oh, that's sloppy from the fielder. That is sloppy from the fielder. He took it very casually, and the batters, they stole the second one there. You cannot do that. Every run is important. 45 already on the board. Usually such conditions favored the pacer bowlers, but in this format of the game, there are very limited options for the bowlers to experiment. That is where more often we see the bowlers to take the defensive options, like rolling the fingers over the ball, taking pace off the ball. Couple of runs from Faisal. He's getting into the strides nicely now. He's pretty set. Got the start already. 26 of 14. Now he needs to continue and eye for a big one. Good over so far from Jitu. And it gets better. Once again, slower delivery. The batter's eyes lit up. He wanted to heave it over mid-wicket and he missed the line completely. There's the second wicket down. Shah Mohammad Jitu. He is using the slower deliveries as his stock deliveries in this over. We saw in the very first ball of this over, the batter had to produce all the power behind a shot. And once again, that ball hardly reached the batter. Mushfiqul Haq, number 88, is the new one. Comes out at number 4 batter. So this is good. This is very good for the Electrifying Bluez. Just like the name of the team, they got the start. 2 wickets in the 6th over. Oh, that was a poor delivery. It was a free before the new batter, and the batter obliged. After 6, 53 for 2. 4 bowlers have been used so far. The last ball boundary made the G2 over a bit expensive. Not too bad though, as he picked up a wicket, and that was a big wicket. The projected score says they will reach up to 140. Kamrul Islam Saad picked up the wicket in his first over. Comes back. Yes, in this weather, you tend to forget about the protections you get to guard yourself from the cold weather, and you can see the fielder, they are also struggling. Rainbow CC eyeing for a big total. Play and a miss. It was there to be hit. It was short, it was wide. Mushfiqul wanted to go over the top. Only 3 fielders patrolling the entire offside. That's one of them in the third man region. So there is a third man, deep point, and a long off, and pretty similar in the leg side. The backward square leg, deep mid wicket, and he have to go out of the boundary to pick up that ball, and that went all the way for a 6. Didn't look like it will travel all the way. It was a very good pull shot from Maruful Mamun, and that maximum took him to 14 of just 6 deliveries. So Saad is being a bit expensive in this over. This is good batting. After hitting a 6, get a single, rotate the strike, and that's the end of the 7th, 62 for 2. Jitu comes back. Once again starts with a slow delivery. No fielder nearby. That's why the batters, they were able to rotate the strike once again. But this is good bowling from Jitu. Apart from the last ball of the last over, he bowled a pretty decent over. And there's actually no alternative of bowling a tight line. A late call from the umpire for a wide. I think the umpire froze for a moment there, which is a possibility under these conditions. Once again a slow delivery. Good fielding on the follow through as well. So we were talking about the field positions. In the leg side there is a deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, and a long on. That's powerfully hit, and no chance for the third man fielder to stop that. That's a good shot for a boundary from Mushfiq. He touches the double figure. 10 of 6 so far. So 1, 4 or 6 every boundary, which is keeping the scoreboard running. This time it will be wide, so 3 runs will be added to the total. The only bright side of bowling wides in this format that the balls will be counted. Batsman stands cricket. This is getting bigger every year in Bangladesh. They got success at the international level. The current last man stands champions, Bangladesh. End of the 8th, 73 for 2. '73 for 2 after 8. So there will be a change of ends. So we were talking about the success Bangladesh got internationally in last man stands cricket. The current champions played the final in Gymkhana, Nairobi, a very famous ground. Matches of the 2003 World Cup held on this ground, which has a tree inside the boundary line. A very rare occasion. One of the reasons the ground is famous. Samir Chaudhary Sam is the new bowler. So just to be clear for the spectators watching the games, there is an opportunity and it's taken. Maruf Al Mamun, he will be kicking himself for not being able to pick up a boundary on that delivery. It was not a good one. A gentle loosener. The first ball from Sam, it was short, it was there to be hit. Yes, you can see the disappointment, the frustration on the face of the batter. He knows that he missed out an opportunity and he just gave away his wicket there. Sam will not be complaining about that. The Blues are on top, 73 for 3. Abu Bakr Siddiqui is the new batter. So Sam got a bonus wicket there. Into the 9th over, they picked up 3 wickets. So this is good bowling performance from the Blues. Better length. It is not unusual the bowler will take a few deliveries to get warmed up. You can have an idea seeing the umpire's attire there on your screen that how much chilly and uncomfortable the conditions are currently. Played late. 2 is the call. Mushfiq wanted the second run and he is shouting at the partner that I am the one who is going towards the danger end. I guess he is right. And he was the batter, he was the striker, so he knew exactly how hard he hit it. Will be this single only. The bowlers will not mind singles. Already half of the innings is gone. This is a curtailed over game due to the fog. We had a late start. 16 over per innings. Full toss and put away for a boundary. For a moment I thought the fielder could do better, but it was away from him. End of the 9 over. 80 for 3. Faisal Rahman, the opener, the top scorer so far, 26. He scored. A couple of batters were there who got the start, but none of them could make it big. And that is where Rainbow CC team management will be complaining of their batters, that you got yourself set and then you threw your wickets away. This is not done. Jitu comes back for his third over. Bowled a decent first over, but the second over was expensive. Good start once again. No surprise there. Started with a slow delivery. And we were saying about him, the slow deliveries being the stock deliveries for him, at least in this format. Full toss into the gap. Will be cut off by the fielder though. You must have a big heart to bowl under these conditions, in this format especially. There are not much protection out in the field. Only 6 fielders. And that is what I was talking about. Only 6 fielders. So practically it is almost impossible to cover every inch of the ground. It was a late played shot from Mushfiq, and he knew the fielder was squarer, not finer, and there was a huge gap which he took the advantage of. Beautifully played boundary. Once again slow delivery, this time straight to the fielder, but it will be a single. So Rainbow CC, they are targeting every over to pick up at least one boundary. Yes, the bowlers, they erred a bit at times. Full tosses, short deliveries, width was offered. This was a good delivery. Quick single. That's the end of the over after 10. 87 for 3. And there will be a change in the voices for the next 3 overs. Let's welcome Alif Tasnim once again.
Thank you so much, Ajat. It's 87 for 3 Rainbow CC and they're struggling. Kept low from Samir Chaudhary. Has picked up a wicket already. Samir would love to carry on his bowling that puts pressure on Rainbow CC. Flighted, and the batter mistimed completely. Hasn't found the middle of the blade, that was the problem. Abu Bakr Siddiq was looking to throw a kitchen sink at that one. An experienced campaigner would love to use all his experience for facing all the debacles that his team is facing now. Change of length. Appeal. The keeper is really interested, but the umpire says, hold on, it's not out. The first two deliveries were really fuller, but this time around Samir bowled which was a delivery which was a length ball, and there was a bit of extra bounce as well. It's a wide. He's trying out too many things, that's the problem. Once again he tried to change his line, and this time around it's too wide outside the off stump. This is the first game of the day of Boshundhara Sports City Last Man Stands Dhaka League. All these live pictures are coming to you from Puberga Krida Shikha Pratishthan Ground 1, where everything is really chilly and cold. The struggle is very much evident for the fielders. They are really finding it difficult to take those catches and save boundaries. Hence, Rainbow CC has that advantage of getting some extra runs due to those misfields and misses of the fielders. But the batters also have to bat well and make those count. Was a floaty delivery, could be curtains. No, the throw was in the wrong end. In fact, it's debatable because there was no man backing up the stumps at the end of the batter. So there was possibilities of overthrow. Hence, the keeper decided to throw at the bowler's end because the bowler was there as the backup. So that was a safe option for the keeper, in fact. Edgy, but will be straight to the fielder. And this brings to the end of the 11th over. Rainbow CC are 90 for 3. So Hasib will be in operation for the 12th over, the left-arm orthodox bowler. And he's keeping things tight, bowling stump to stump. And in his first spell, he bowled too many wides. So it will be important for him that he doesn't bowl any more wide in this innings. And as the batter is feeling some heat, even under this chilly weather, he needs to continue that pressure. That was straight back over the bowler set just for a single. There was a thought of the second run as well, but wisely denied by Mushfiqul Haq. He's been there for quite some time, 27 runs from 14. As we're in the business end of this innings, he needs to step on the gas. He looks for a deft touch, misses, and the keeper makes a bit of fumble as well. The batters are coming back for the second, and a poor throw really allows them to do so. And now, due to an overthrow, they are taking the thrice. It's a comedy of errors. Everyone should have done better. The keeper shouldn't have missed one. The bowler should have backed the stumps properly. The throw could be better. in the end, the fielder was at backup. He made some fumble as well. Overall, the effort has to be better from the fielders of the Blues. Wrapped on the pads, a vociferous appeal, and the credit finger goes upwards from Mujahid Hossain Naim. Abu Bakr Siddiq has to perish. It was plumb in front. Mujahid Hossain Naim took a little bit of time before raising the finger, but there was no hesitation at all. 95 for 4 Rainbow CC, and they're in trouble. It's Hosel Faisal, and he gets bowled as well. It's 2-2 for Hasib, and he will be in a hat trick. Wow, what a turnaround for Electrifying Bluez. The Rainbow CC loses another one, and they are in deep trouble now. As the 12th over gets done, it's 95 for 5. So it's going to be Samir Chaudhary for the 13th over. Mushfiqul Haq is the lone fighter for his side, and he has to take that responsibility of finishing this innings in a high note, if possible, for Rainbow CC. Just tucks it away, does Mushfiq, and gets a single. The projected score shows 126, which won't be a mammoth total in this track. Yes, the conditions are chilly, and there is a bit of moisture as well in the wicket for the fast bowlers. But as the day progresses, that moisture and that advantage will decline. So the Rainbow bowlers will find it difficult, more difficult than the Blues bowlers. That's in the gap. The fielder is in operation, and he does well to stop the ball with his feet. But in the meantime, the batters will run for a couple. The score moves up to 98 for 5. Rainbow is a way better team than the stats shows. It's just an off day for the batters. They could have done way better. Way better than what they have done thus far in this innings. Once again, in the gap, the keeper is behind it, and the batters should come back easily for the second run. As no one stands within the ring, it's difficult for the fielders to cover that amount of ground from the edge of the boundary to stumps and back it up. Hence, that batters of any batting side in LMS have that advantage of going for any risky run. If the keeper isn't there, The stumps will be unprotected. No one will be backing up. Hence, he will be in double minds about throwing the ball. Quicker, Naim was intending to use the pace, but he just found a single at the last delivery of the 13th over. In the meantime, the 100 is on the board for Rainbow CC. It's 101 for 5, and there will be a change of voice as well. For the last exciting 3 overs, you will have the voice of Shajja Tudash with you.
Thank you so much, Alif. Finally, 100 on the board, 101 for 5. Not the best batting performance out there, but the conditions are not suitable for the batters. And the good news for Rainbow CC, for their bowlers at least, that the conditions will not change much when they will be out there defending the total. Meanwhile, Hasif is back. Remember, he is sitting on a hat-trick. 2 wickets in the last 2 deliveries of his last over. Can he get it? No change in the field for the hat-trick though. Slower delivery, full toss, not the best ball. You want to bowl for a hat-trick to get a hat-trick. Mushfiq, 28 of 16, the highest scorer so far. I'm not really sure what is the strategy of Rainbow CC currently. Already they are 5 down, so one strategy could be that Mushfiq, he will take the single right now, at least this over, and others will swing like this. It is a single only. No, the throw was a poor one from the deep that allowed the batters to come back for the second. So what I was saying, that the other batters like Naim or whoever will follow next, they could go big to protect Mushfiq's wicket, and doesn't matter if they get out, then Mushfiq will have the opportunity to bat last. But for how long they will continue to do this, that is the question. Not much deliveries left, 2 in this over and the next 10. And Hasif finally gets his third. Naim, he was waiting for the ball to arrive, and finally, suddenly, he found himself in a tight situation to dig that out. 105 for 6. Nuzrul Hussain, it's the number 8, the last one. I think he should not defend anymore. He has to go for big shots. Only 2 overs left now. This innings is going nowhere, to be honest. But as I was saying, that the conditions has not changed much since the inception of this game, and it will remain more or less the similar in the second innings as well. So there is hope for the bowlers that they can defend this total, but that is not the equation that should come to their minds right now. Mushfiq will be on strike. As Imran Limon comes back for his third over. 18 for no loss. 18 and he haven't picked up a wicket. I think Mushfiq is going. Mushfiq is playing safe right now. He is not willing to lose his wickets, and that is the right ploy so far. He is the one who is set. So Rainbow CC, they need him to stay till the very end. What will Nazrul do? Beautifully bowled. That is the assistance I was talking about for the quicker bowlers under these conditions. These are priceless dot deliveries for the Blues, and they'd love to see Nazrul on strike more and more. The last batter, Nazrul yet to get off the mark. He played 3 deliveries already and only 7 deliveries left in this innings. He gets off the mark now. Now this will be the final ball of the penultimate over, and Mushfiqul Haq, who is batting on 30 from 18, he will be in a dilemma whether to go for a big one or just rotate the strike over to get back on strike for the last over. He does the second, a top edge, safe one though. So he will be on strike at the start of the final over, 108 for 6. This is not good result for Rainbow CC. Single of the first ball and Mushfiq will be away from the strike. Nazrul, he is not looking really comfortable out there. And yes, someone from the Rainbow CC dugout reminding the batters that this is the last over. I think the batters, they should know as well. As I was saying that the Blues boys, they will be delighted to see Nazrul on strike. He seems to have a difficult time to connect the ball. Once again, this time Mushfiq wanted the single and that put the keeper under pressure. He fumbled and Mushfiq is on strike, but now he got only 2 deliveries to go, and both of them have to go for a bigger result, have to go for boundaries. Whether a 4 or 6, Mushfiq will swing. He does. No result, and he denies the single. I think there was a lack of strategy, and I'm afraid Mushfiq has to blame himself for that. He was out there in the middle. He should have been the one calling the shots. Full toss will be a single only. They will come back for the second, and there was a good throw just on top of the stumps, and Mushfiq loses his wicket. Doesn't matter though, it was the last ball of the innings. So the innings ended on 111 for 7. Nazrul Hussain was the last man, but he doesn't have any deliveries to stand. So 111 for 7 is the final score. That means the Blues, they will have a moderate total to chase. Though, remember, this is a 16 overs per innings game, and that will add some difficulties. The conditions as well haven't got well since morning. So the Rainbow CC bowlers, they will not be too disappointed about the conditions. So it will be a fascinating chase nevertheless. Right now we will be going for a short break, and we will reconnect with you at the starting of the second innings.
Hello, everybody. A warm welcome to the run chase of the first match of Boshundhara Sports City LMS Dhaka League 2025. The Blues are chasing 112 from 16 overs, and it's Abu Bakr Siddiq who's started the proceedings for Rainbow CC. It was aerial for a while, but of course, no damage done, as all the fielders are at the edge of the boundary line. It's Shah Mohammad Jitu and Arifin Rahman are the opening batters for the Blues. It's not a mammoth total on the board, so they have to bat sensibly. There is some assistance for the fast bowlers like Abu Bakr Siddiq. So if the batters bat artfully, show some character, I don't think it's going to be a daunting task for a team like Blues to chase this total. Driven on the up, should easily the batter should easily come back for a single. Under these chilly and foggy conditions, the fielders are really having a tough time, so batters can keep that in their minds. Wide, Abu Bakr Siddiq just lost his line. Three with two wide outside the off stump. Due to this fog, it's difficult for the fast bowlers as well to grip the ball properly. Sometimes the balls are slippery and they may find it difficult to pitch it at the right zone, in their most convenient zone. So three singles and a wide from this Abu Bakr Siddiq over. Short, a miscued pull shot. Fortunately, there wasn't any fielder inside the 30 yards ring, otherwise, it would be curtains for G2. The first over gets done. After one, it's 5 for none. It's Hossein Faisal who starts off well, beats the outside edge of Shah Mohammad Jitu. Jitu was in two minds whether to go for the drive or not. And interestingly, a fielder has been stationed. As the bowling power play is going on, four fielders can be kept in a particular side for the first 4 overs. The Rainbow CC are having four fielders on the offside. One at third man, another one at point, a short cover, and a long off. So two men are stationed at the leg side, deep mid wicket and long on. And the bowlers also will have to bowl according to the field setup. They can't really offer any leg side-ish delivery. Aerial, and should be taken. No, Abu Bakr Siddiq puts it down. This is the problem I was talking about. The fielders are going to have a tough time. And here we see a glimpse of it. It was a sitter for Abu Bakr Siddiq. He was right underneath the ball. Then again, it popped out from his hands. Faisal can be disappointed as this could be his first wicket. The batter swings it and gets an easy single. It's also a unique rule in LMS. The first 4 overs of an innings are bowling power play, and here the bowling team can station 4 fielders in a particular zone of the ground. This is for the first 4 and the last 2 overs. Kept a tad bit low from Faisal Hussain, lack of height. Really forced Tarafin from going for any big shots. Both the batters are trying to be a little circumspect. He swings it, does Arifin, and gets it over the top. The first maximum of this innings. And he ends the second over in high note as well, with the scores being 13 for none after 2. Abu Bakr Siddiq comes back. Was firmly disappointed after putting down the catch. But he's a player who knows how to bounce back, and due to his experience, he would be eyeing for the first breakthrough and remove one of these openers from the Blues side. Fuller and driven downtown just for a single. Lostman Stands is the biggest platform for the amateur cricketers throughout the globe. It's played more than 20 countries right now. And last year, the LMS World Cup also was held at Nairobi in Kenya. Short, pulled in the gap, and it will result in a boundary perhaps. No, it was trickling, and the fielder intervenes at the very end. The bowler Siddiq was really grumpy with that effort. He should have been more proactive and quicker in his opinion. That was rather a nonchalant effort. The fielder should really have done better and tried to stop that second run, which he gave up eventually. Slower from Siddiq and driven straight to the fielder. It's going to be a tough zone for the batters to thread because 4 fielders, and there was a fielder inside the ring who has been pushed back to the edge of the boundary. Deep cover, deep extra cover, third man and long off. But it's a good shot once again, but finds the fielder in the same direction. The third over comes to a close with the single. After 3, it's 19 for none. Slightly shorter, and the batter got that opportunity of pulling the ball for 4 runs. That was a hit me ball from Maruf Al Mamoon. It was short, not much pace as well behind that ball. So Arifin says, thank you very much, buddy. I'm going to take 4 runs from it. So 89 runs needed from 64 balls, and Rainbow CC badly needs the wicket in this point in time. Straight to the fielder at deep third. So in this over, the field settlement has been changed. Now 3 fielders in both sides, protecting the boundaries. 2 fielders in front of square at leg side. The batter goes straight down the ground, but a miss hit. Hasn't got the timing right, but they will find a single nonetheless. A slower delivery from Mamoon. That seems to be his stock delivery because he doesn't have sheer pace to intimidate the batter. That's wide, wayward. This time around, Mamoon took an attempt of generating some pace behind the ball, but the line wasn't found in his favor. Wrapped on the pads, a loud shout given by the umpire. Maruf Al Mamoon gets the first wicket and gets the much needed breakthrough for Rainbow CC. It's 26 for 1. The fall of the first wicket brings Daraz Kamal Tahrir at number 3. He gets off the mark straight away by picking up a single as the 4th over gets done. An auspicious over for Rainbow CC as they got a wicket from it. After 4, it's 27 for 1. Driven on the up, but there is a fielder. Abu Bakr Siddiq does really well to prevent the boundary. This is an immaculate effort from Siddiq. He made the dive, he saved the 4, and showed his full commitment for his side. Short, pulled in front of square just for a single though. Tahrir is the new man in who's not getting the timing right. He's trying to be aggressive right from the word go, but finding it difficult to get the timing right and find boundaries. Edgy, but in the gap. Will it run away? It doesn't. The outfield is quick. However, at the very edge, perhaps the height of the grass is uneven. That's the reason why the pace of the ball is getting slowed down a little when the ball is reaching the edge of the boundary, and the fielders are really cashing in that advantage. A miss it. Outside edge, flew to deep third just for a single though. Faisal has been impressive in this over. 4 singles on the trot, but he's really made the lives of the batters difficult. Oh, play and a miss. It was just whiskers away from the stumps. End of 5. The Blues are 31 for 1. And there will be a change of voice. It's my pleasure to welcome Shajjad Udash for the next 5.
Thank you so much, Alif. 31 for 1 after 5 overs. So this is a good start from the bowlers. We were talking about the conditions, and the conditions are still favoring the batters. Lots of miscommunication between the batters. First, the striker Jitu wanted the single. Tahrir denied, and then Tahrir started running, and Jitu had no idea that his partner is coming toward himself. Slow delivery, goes for a wide. The keeper couldn't gather it cleanly. I thought there was an opportunity for a stumping. Yes, the runs are not coming thick and fast, but the target is such that only one big partnership will allow the chasing team to get back right into the game. So the fielders, the bowlers, they have to be really immaculate. They need wickets. We have already seen an opportunity goes down. Abu Bakr was the fielder, and it was a pretty regulation catch which he dropped, and things could have been brighter. This is a good over from Zubaid Mahbub. He's trying to mix the pace of the balls. Few deliveries he bowled a lot slower through the air, and the last one he really darted it onto the pads. Stylishly played for a single. Singles won't help. 6 gone, 35 only on the board for the loss of 1 wicket. "77 needed of 50 balls, only 1 wicket loss, so you will still think that the batters should get it, but the conditions, again and again we are talking about it. Maruf Al Mamun, who picked up the first wicket in his previous over, and LBW given, flicked. There is a fielder to cut that off. It's not easy to experiment with all the weapons you have in your armory as a bowler, because you have some real restrictions in terms of fielding. You cannot really plan to bowl on a single channel and set the field accordingly. There are some rules. The fielders have to be spread out equally into both sides, onside and offside. So bowling in this format, defending totals in this format is not really an easy job, but currently the Rainbow CC bowlers, they are doing exceptional. Once again, that kept a bit low, slower delivery attempted, and you can sense the pressure are getting the better of the batters. They have started swinging wildly, blindly. Tahrir had no idea about the last delivery. Once again, it was a fuller delivery. An opportunity for a run out, and that's taken. Tahrir, again he had no idea where the ball was. And a poor knock of 3 of 8 deliveries comes to a sad end. That's the second wicket. So Rainbow CC, they are really making lives difficult for the Blues boys. Maruf Al Mamoon, who bowled a brilliant first over, picked up a wicket, conceded 8 runs, and in this over he conceded only 1 and got a run out. After 7, it's 36 for 2. Zubaid Mahmood, who gave away only 3 runs in his first over. So the last 2 overs cost only 4 runs. Make it 2.1 overs for 4 runs and a wicket. So Electrifying Bluez, they are not firing at this moment. The required run rate is going high. Bowled him. Jitu is now back. A 20 ball 50. Rainbow CC, they are on top at this moment. There's the 3rd wicket. Electrifying Bluez, oh, their bowlers did a decent job, but the batters are letting them down. 3 wickets gone, no set batters remain on the crease. This is going to be a really hard job. 36 for 3. Zubaid picked up his first wicket. Saad is the new batter. Will be wide. That's the first wide of the over, so only 1 run gifted to the batting team. But now there will be 5 runs added to the total. 3 for the wide, and the batters they ran 2. So Electrifying Bluez, they will be hoping that more such deliveries will come their way. There was an opportunity for the wicketkeeper had he picked the ball up cleanly. He failed. 7 of the over so far. Last ball coming up. Fumble from the keeper again, but this time didn't cost anything. So after 8, 43 for 3. Change of ends as halfway of the innings have gone already, and Electrifying Bluez, they are under some pressure. 43 for 3. They need 69 more runs from 40 deliveries. Still possible. Still possible, but the problem is they do not have any set batter on the crease. Kamrul Islam Saad, he is on 7 of 3. That was a good shot. And even a better fielding. Wow. Nazrul was there. That is brilliant effort from the fielder out there. It was traveling fast. And we thought that there could be the first boundary in this over, but resulted only in single. So full marks to the fielder, Nazrul out there. This kind of fielding efforts really lifts the team, the whole team once again, but this time it's easier for the fielder, will result in a single. Play and miss. So once again, the batters, they are feeling the heat in this cold weather. 2 is the call from the batters, and Saad was running for the second, but Sam, he denied it completely. So boundaries are the need of the hour for the batting team. Even wides will not help. This time it was the first one in this over. So regulation wide deliveries. Edged but didn't carry. So if there will be any more wides in this over. In fact, that was the last delivery of the over. So after 9, 48 for 3. Dot ball to start the new over from Maruf Al Mamun. He bowled a brilliant second over from the other end though. This is some bowling performance by the Rainbow bowlers. Edged, and it went really quick for a boundary. A much needed one for the Blues. Doesn't matter whether it is an edge or it comes of the middle of the bat. They need boundaries, they need fours, they need sixes, and they need wides as well. The second or third wides in the over. Very good comeback from Mamun, targeting the block hole. You can feel the frustration from Sam. 52 for 3, the last boundary helped them to reach that mark. This is a good blow through the offside, the second boundary. So this is a good over for the batting team, and they need more of that. Fuller from Mamun. Sam waited for the delivery to reach him, cleared his front leg, opened up the offside. He will keep the strike to himself in the next over. And let's welcome Alif Taslim again for the next 3 overs.
Thank you so much, Shajat. It's 57 for 3 after 10. Samir Chaudhary comes down the wicket for hitting a big blow, but miscued one. This can be a run out, and it is a run out. Easy chance, and that's been taken by the keeper. It's Samir Chaudhary who needs to go back. I don't think there was the second run. They went for it, and that was it. A run out for the Blues. They're struggling, and things are getting more difficult for them. 58 for 4. Solidly defended, just for a single though. It's Hasib. He cuts it backward of square and he gets a boundary. Well, there was a bit of width from Hossein Faisal. Hasib took that width and gets 4. In fact, it was Kamrul Islam Saad. 64 for 4, the Blues. That's a lovely shot. In the gap as well, away from the fielder, but he does really well to stop the boundary and a quick throw in as well. So end of an eventful over. Wickets, some runs as well. After 11, it's 65 for 4. Zuwaid Mahmood is for the over number 12, and he produces a dot. And things are getting more difficult with the time for Electrifying Bluez. The equation is getting tougher. 47 to get 24, of course, it's gettable, but the batters have to score some quick runs. Fireworks will be needed for Bluez. Kamrul Islam Saad can be the batter who can play some lusty blows, has been in the middle for a long time as well, so he has to be aggressive and find out some runs for his side. Leg side-ish and wide. Flat batted. Straight down the ground. $68 for 4, Electrifying Bluez. Play and a miss. Hasib was looking to play a pull shot, but gets absolutely nothing on the bat. 68 for 4, Electrifying Bluez, and someone has to be electrifying if they want to win this match. 44 runs to get from 21. He goes big, does Hasib. Has he found the distance? He does. He has. He has found. It's gone over the top for a maximum. As the 12th over comes to a close, it's 74 for 4. It's Abu Bakr Siddiq for his second spell. Edgy. Two men are out there, but it's in between those fielders and gone all the way for 6 perhaps. The confirmation comes from umpire. It's a 6. A streaky one, but Saad will accept it gleefully. A much needed boundary from the perspective of the Blues, because the game almost was slipping away from their hands. Now this equation is very much gettable. It's modest. 32 from 19. Saad is out there as the said batter. He needs to hit some of these shots more and more for the sake of his team. He tries to go again but missed it completely. The ball just whistles past the willow. Abu Bakr Siddiq has been stingy this far, but this is his real test in the death overs. He has to keep things really tight for the batters. He can't offer any kind of freebies or loose balls so that the batters can take the full toll of it. Cut, but straight to the fielder. This is the reason why two fielders are kept in a really close in positions, because there is a big gap between long off and deep point. So the fielder will have a tough time if the batter plays a cover drive to stop the ball, but Abu Bakr Siddiq is going wide of the off stump, and that's the reason why two men are kept at third man. Yes, that's in the gap. The fielders have to run quick, and he does really well on that occasion. The throw was quick. He made the run at the right time, and certainly has prevented that second run. "82 for 4. The Blues, they need 30 runs more from the last 16. Edged, carried to the keeper. A much needed wicket for Abu Bakr Siddiq, and he is elated. The said batter Kamrul Islam Saad has to perish, and it's the big fish.
They wanted the run out as well, but missed.
And that's the end of Kamrul Islam Saad. He is departing with a face which is full of glum and darkness. 13 gone, it's 82 for 5, and this game is going down to the wire. And for calling the rest of the parts, it's my pleasure to invite Chaja Tudash.
Thank you so much, Alif. And this game currently is really producing some hit here at Pubagao. The visibility increased a bit, but it's still pretty much foggy. That was a well played flick. There was an opportunity. It was a good effort from the fielder as well, but he couldn't hold on to it, and the batters, they got a single. So Saad the big fish is back to the hut. In the last ball of the previous over, there was an opportunity of a double play as well. I don't think there will be anyone stopping this one. Yes, Alif was talking about the big gap between long off and the deep point fielders, and there was the gap which was exploited by Imran Limon this occasion. So a good start to this over for the batting team. 5 of the first 2, 25 needed of 13 balls. Still no change, the gap still remains. So Nazrul Hussain, he will be looking forward to bowl at a shorter length, fuller length outside off stump. That is asking for trouble. Shorter length on the leg stump, that is also asking for trouble, but the batters, the connection was not the best one. He picked up a couple of runs that occasion, 7 of the first 3. They really need another boundary now, and they have the opportunity to make it a real big over. 89 for 5. He went for it. 1 bounce to the fielder. The long on fielder is in a pretty regulation position. It's the long off fielder who is standing in a wider position, and there was the gap. This is good fielding. I think that was a good comeback from Nazrul Hossain. "21 needed of 10 balls. That's 2 overs for you." 91 for 5. "21 needed of 10 balls. Into the gap. No chance for the fielders to cut that off. That was a really well played and well placed shot from Hasib. Good start to this over with a boundary. Good comeback. Good stop on his follow through from Jubaid Mahmood. So that dot ball really covers for the boundary. He conceded. Into the gap. Fielder has some work to do. He does well, but the batter comes back for the second run. Singles and doubles, I don't think the bowling team will mind. The batters, they need to pick up boundaries. Once again, cross batter shot will be a single only this time. "14 needed of 6 balls. The last delivery of this over. Imran Limon, he has to go big. He goes big! That's huge! Ho ho! The biggest shot of the match. I was thinking about parking my car that direction. Thankfully, I didn't. That was a big shot. And 100 is up. 104 for 5 after 15. Now we have a really interesting last over coming up. That's 6 of the final ball. That really changed the equation, and now the batting team, they are the favorite. They need 8 only from 5 balls. And Faisal, he needs to bowl the over of his life, the over of his career, to defend these 8 runs. 7 runs to be exact. We are seeing sunlight for the first time today, so that's good news for everyone. Hossain Faisal, 16 he conceded from his 2 overs previously today. Now he has to defend 7. First ball, single only. No, that's a 4. I thought the fielder had it covered. Somehow he lost it. Abu Bakr was there. Long off. A while back he was shouting at one of his teammates for poor fielding, and now He is the one who fielded poorly. Top edge. Straight to the fielder. Will be a single only, but now a run ball is required. 3 of 3. What a costly misfielding. What a costly misjudgment from Abu Bakr. It was in the first ball. Oh, little things in this game. This is brilliant. And they're coming back for the second, and they made it easily. Imran Limon, he got a really matured head over his shoulders, and he showed it like that. He spotted the opportunity of picking up a second run because the fielders were patrolling, the fielders were guarding at the boundary line. Now the field is up, but they need only single of 2 balls. Will Limon go for glory? Will Limon lift the ball? Everyone is inside now. Everyone is inside. Limon doesn't have to do anything. That's the wide, and that is the winning run. So Electrifying Bluez, they were electrifying at the back end of the innings. The first 8 overs, the first 9 overs, they were going nowhere with the run chase. And then suddenly Saad happened. Suddenly Hasib happened. Suddenly Imran Limon happened. And those 3 batters, they really snatched the victory out of the jaw of the opposition. Rainbow CC, they will be wondering if they had fielded better. They dropped catches. They missed at the ground fielding as well. What a game we had, the first one today. So Electrifying Bluez, they won the game by 3 wickets. So for now we are taking a break, and soon we will be live again with the second game of the day.